There is tension in Lagos. As we speak right now, Obi has been arrested by Lagos State Police Command. They have actually arrested him. There is tension everywhere in Lagos now, especially the first part of Lagos, which is Amuwo Odofi. And so many mistakes that go through people's heads, or the mentality of people in Lagos or in Nigeria, is that some people are too righteous to be arrested. Some people are above the law. Nobody that cannot never be arrested. So long that you are against the law of the land, you are against the constitutional guiding the land, the law of the country, you are going against the law of the country, be you who, you can be arrested. Yes, as we speak, Obi as a person has been arrested by Lagos State Police Command, and he was arrested alongside with 3 other accomplices. Yes, as we speak right now, everybody is crying that Lagos, the way Lagos State behave this way or behave these days, is too they are power drunk, and I see it in another form. Don't forget that in Ghana, what actually happened in Ghana, why the Ghanaian people, they spark protest against Nigeria must go in Ghana, they link it up with what one man called Ikechukwu Iheneme, or what is the name, acquire about 50 acres of land in Ghana and took over the territory, and they've he started controlling everybody around that environment, and to the extent that a chieftain title was conferred to him, and now he has started to behave like indigenes or indigene of Ghana by, telling people what to do and overpowering that particular environment, to the extent that he was not very, very influential both in government and in society. But it came to a point that a government rose up and said, no, this cannot happen in their state, because the man in question, Mr. Ihemetu, was already establishing a foreign tradition, that is Igbo tradition, into Ghana territory. So this was the conflict they had, and it lingered to every other Igbo person or every other Nigeria person living in Ghana. And Ghana came to the street and started protesting that the Nigeria living in Ghana must go. And don't forget, the video actually surfaced in 2013, and it lingered till last year, where the whole thing was, the video resurfaced again. The whole thing was, quite escalated, and it lingered to diplomatic settlement. The Nigeria government has to meet with the Ghanaian government. They actually sorted out things and all that, and peace returned. But the peace that returned then has turned to a sour grape right now, and the issue has sparked up again. This time around, it's not about Ihamatu, it's about the inflation in Ghana, saying that these people are actually occupying Ghana. They are making it to be inflated. So this is not what we are actually talking about today. What we are talking about today is imposing another culture in another mass land. Obi of Lagos has been arrested. Yes, Obi of Lagos has been arrested. Listen very carefully. There are so many things involved. Even money self is involved. Let me quickly, tell you what you need to know about this case and why the Lagos State are angry at this very set of people, because of what are involved. The Deputy Police Public Relations Officer, DSP, Babasheyi Olusheyi, disclosed this in a statement issued on Wednesday, confirming that the suspect and 3 alleged accomplices were arrested. According to the police, intelligence report revealed that the group had concluded plans to unveil a prototype of a purported 1.5 billion, humongous. 1.5 billion, Palace of Obi of Lagos State on Saturday at Apple Hall, Amuwo, Odofi. 1.5 million is proposed for a palace of Obi of Lagos in Amuwo, Odofi. Acting on credible intelligence, operatives seal off the event or the venue to prevent a breach of public peace and to protect unsuspecting residents from being deceived. Okay, yes, it is quite, it may be quite illegal and all that. So why saying that they are going to bleach the public peace? What does that really mean? How come about this? When police want to get at you, they can just get hold on any statement or anything and say that this is that and this is this. How would the coloration or the installation of Obi of Lagos, right, installing a leadership or a leader in a group or of a group holding the event at a particular venue, how would that disrupt public peace? No, I don't know what Lagos State is actually looking for in this matter. They should actually come out and tell us this is it, and tell us, because we know that there is this tribal bigotry and everything that is existing between these two tribes in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, the three major tribes in Nigeria, there is this tribal line that you can never cross. They should just come out to tell us that we don't want another title or another nomenclature in this state. We will hear that and we will respect that. Not that they will bleed the public public peace and publish this thing. I don't know why it's not getting in. It's not. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix it. Please let's delve. Truth of the matter now is that what is actually going on in Ghana is the same thing that is going on here in Lagos. Ghana, the new protests in Ghana, they are actually talking about that inflation is growing in Ghana is due to the influx of Igbo traders in Ghana, because even house rent is no longer affordable in Ghana. Food is no longer affordable in Ghana, and many things has gone up. Instead of them blaming their government for holding their government responsible for everything that is going on in Ghana or any part of where they live around there, they are actually blaming it on Igbo people coming to Ghana to do business. The same thing in Lagos, and Lagos, they are actually angry at people trying to import another tradition into Lagos State, into Yoruba land. This is just the turning point. This is just the major point that Lagos State is trying to make. Forget about the billion that have been making, because billion that is being mentioned, that's none of their business, because every organization have their administrative or the administration, how they rule or how they go about their businesses, how they organize people to make things happen in every organization. And as we speak right now, don't forget that Very Dark Man has actually gone to Ghana to see what they're actually up to, and why Nigeria are being evicted, why the tension in Ghana against Nigeria and all that. And who will now come to Lagos now to rescue the Igbo traders or the Igbos or the Igbo traditional rulers in Lagos, because we are trying to solve external problem, and the internal one is even more deep than the external one that we are facing, because this is regarded as xenophobia. A situation whereby an indigenous, a foreigner or foreigners are being marginalized, are being, talked at, are being segregated from other indigenes in a particular country and being maltreated. This can be regarded as xenophobic or xenophobia. And now a situation whereby a one nation and some tribes are kicking against other tribes. What can we refer this as to be? Is it bigotry? We call it now nepotism, sectionalism, or what should we now term this that is happening in Lagos as? But police should come out and tell us that they are trying to disturb the public peace. This is not a matter of disturbing public peace. It should be the This should be the issue between or matter between the traditional rulers, the Yoruba traditional rulers and the Igbo traditional ruler. It's about coming together and tell these people that yes, you can do this and do this, but there's a boundary at which you can go, so we can know how and what is about your culture. Because there are many people, Igbo people living in Lagos here. You don't expect these people to bow to your culture totally. Yes, Bible says that if you are a Roman, behave like a Roman. That if you behave like a Roman does not mean that the blood of Roman is inside of you. So we should take this thing into consideration and make sure we actually look at this thing, in total. Because you don't tell Yoruba man living in Dublin Island or Yoruba man living in Kano to speak Hausa fluently. Yeah, you may learn it and do know how to do their traditional this thing. And after living there, you come to Yoruba land to come and establish emir because they are giving you a title there. It is not possible because as Igbo man in Lagos, they still have their roots. And when they go back to their villages, what would they meet there? Would they mean Yoruba culture back in their village? No. This is why anywhere they are, they know the blood that runs through them. And even the Yoruba we talk about, and even outside that we talk about, the three geopolitical zone or yes, they actually have their own systems, they actually have their own culture, and wherever they go, they try to adapt with the system on ground, not the traditional on ground. That is why you hardly see an Igbo man bowing, kneeling down, prostrating to greet, because that is not their culture. But when you meet Yoruba, anywhere you meet Yoruba, Yoruba is ready to bow down and greet, because why? It's in them. So it should be the issue of traditional ruler against traditional ruler, or calling them. I expect about our people, if you receive the kind of information, you call these people, please. Yes, you are allowed to do whatever you want to do, but don't impose it on non-indigene, because this is a Yoruba land. We have culture. Everybody will understand this. Not that you use police to threaten people. And what we actually talked about, or the previous administration or administrator in Nigeria, let me call it that way, the head of state, that is President Muhammadu Buhari, what we kick against him is what this government is trying to repeat, and which is not really going down well with us.